Alright, I thought I would just do a short kind of update video. As you can see here, I'm standing in a field basically between corn and soybeans. As you can probably tell, harvest is pretty much upon us. We've already had a few guys already start on soybeans in the area, and based off what I'm seeing here, we're not too far away from starting. I just thought I'd give a little bit of recap of how the spring and the summer went. Basically, shortly after we got these soybeans planted, or maybe even while we were planting soybeans, we kind of went into a dry spell. I would say we probably went dry for probably 2 to 3 weeks with no rain. So basically, after we got these beans planted, they pretty much just sat there. I would say it was a good 10 to 14 days before these beans started popping up through. And then in some cases, I didn't have it in a lot of my fields, but I seen it in a lot of the other people's fields in the area. There was areas in the field that just didn't come till we got a rain. And so now you got uneven beans that are, a week or two apart. Now like I said, I had a little bit of that, but I don't think it's anything that's gonna cause any problems when it comes to harvest. But I got a feeling some guys are gonna probably be going around some areas, some big chunks, because they'll probably still be green. I actually, to be honest, I'm surprised. When I was going by these fields in the spring after they're planted, I was thinking, man, they're probably gonna have to replant. But they eventually came once they got a little bit of rain. But it sure did look like there wasn't going to be much there. As far as the corn goes, the corn got planted. This corn was probably planted about the middle of May, and it did get a light rain or two on it shortly after planting. So the corn came up pretty decent, but obviously even with it up, it went through that stress of 2 to 3 weeks there with no rain. Now I have a few fields there, some of the last planted corn, that it got up, but it didn't get sprayed before we got a rain. And I take that back. It was sprayed, but we didn't get any rain after that. And as most of you may know, when it comes to herbicides, pre-emerge herbicides, it takes a little bit of rain to activate that herbicide. So I got some fields. I've walked them a little bit when they were shorter, knee high and stuff. There's a little bit of weeds coming in there. I think, we didn't get the full effect of the herbicide, so I'm a little leery of what I might get into when harvest comes. This field here, from just what I've walked it looks pretty clean. There's a few spots here and there, but some of my last, 2 or 3 planted fields, I'm a little leery what I'm going to get into. I might hit some weeds and stuff, but I guess time will tell. I'm hoping to get on the beans here within the week. Mother Nature's gonna be a big player in that. If we look down here, we still got some green stems and some green pods. As far as yield goes, it's hard to tell. There's decent size. It's a good stand. Not any big gaps or anything. But whether these are 50 bushel beans or 50 bushel, or excuse me, I said 50 or 40 bushel, I don't know. It's hard to say until you get them off and get it to the elevator. As far as the corn goes, I did, just before I started this video, I walked down in the field here and I grabbed a couple of ears. I just randomly walked out in there, and you know, I went in there, I don't know, good 24, 36 rows, trying to stay away from the edge, and just randomly grabbed 2 ears. As you can see, they're filled out right to the tips, which is good. Decent length. I'd say they're pushing a foot long there. I guess I haven't counted how many kernels around. I guess we could do that here quick, just to get an idea how many kernels around we have. So just a second here, let's see what we come up with. I come up with 16 around. It's not bad. Obviously, the more the better. I guess just looking at it, I kind of thought maybe it'd be an 18 around, but looks like it's just 16. But if every ear in this field was like that, I would take that all day long. You know, how long that ear is, or well, how much yield that this is going to be, again, it's hard to say. It could be 200 bushel corn, and it could be 150 bushel corn. Again, depending on, you know, you get areas, especially around edges of the woods and whatnot, that can take a hit on the yield. But if it stays pretty consistent to these size ears, I'd say we're looking pretty good. Going back to recapping the summer, I guess I went into a little bit about the spring, but after we did get a rain, the summer went, I would say, pretty decent as far as rainfall goes. We got rain pretty consistent, nothing major. Never got any heavy rains like torrential downpours, or got, you know, several inches in, you know, like 30 minutes or anything like that. There was a couple times, I'd say in July, it was starting to go back dry a little bit. You could see the corn was starting to maybe stress just a little, but then we got, you know, a nice timely rain. So I know other areas just, you know, less than 50 miles from me got some of those torrential downpours with some storms. But we were fortunate enough here that we really just got a nice timely rain when we needed it. Now, right now, we're a little bit on the dry side. I'd say for the last month, we haven't had very much rain. We did get a rain here in the last couple days, but I haven't looked at the gauge, but I'd say it's maybe a tenth or two is all we got. Right now, you know, as far as I'm concerned, now this is just me, I don't really care if we get much more rain until we get harvest off. It makes it nice and easy on harvest, as far as, you know, compacting the fields or mudding them up or getting trucks in and out and all that good stuff. But I know there's a lot of guys, especially in my area, that put out wheat, some hay seedings and stuff. They're still looking for some of these rains to try to get those going. But, and I get that. I don't fault them one bit. If I was in their boat, I'd be wanting rain too. But for me right now, we can go without some rain, but we'll take with what Mother Nature gives us. But right now, we're looking decent as far as the ground condition goes. Well, let's just hope it stays that way and we don't start getting a bunch of rain and then flooding, and we're struggling to get the crops off. So with that, Just thought I'd give you a quick update on how the spring and summer went, and maybe an idea of how the harvest might go. As I said in some of my other videos that I've posted, I plan on doing a little bit more talking in these videos, and obviously I want to try to show some harvest this fall. So with that, I'll end it with hopefully the next video you see is the harvest taking place, taking some beans off.